Now let's create case 4. Let's look at case 4. Let's look at case 4. And also someone mentioned this in the chats, in the comment section, in the last one that I did, and I think we need to address that. So the person was like, okay, what if I have interest expense and I need to calculate it within a date range? So things like that. How do we get to do that? Right. A very good and perfect question. Now, if you take a look at what we are doing here, up here, we are just making use of year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5. But in a typical project finance, timing is very important, all right? And you must be very, very certain of when the project is starting, when you need the funds and stuff like that. So the second to this part, what we are going to do is we are going to now make use of a real date scenario, right? And you see how this play out. And most times in typical project finance, at times the repayment is not always a yearly repayment. So most times it's based on quarterly repayment. So you have your start date, you have your end date, right? But let's just take a look at that. So let me call this. So okay. So let's say our loan inflow. So that means we are going to change a lot of things in this one. So I'm going to call this my period start, right? And my period end. So let me assume this will start in 01/01 2024, right? In fact, I can even come here under my assumption. I'll call this model start, right? And I can put this as input, put it my date. So let me just copy this date here and let me put it here, and Ctrl+Shift+3 to format that into dates, right? So whenever you are building your model, always remember your model must always have a base period. So I'll come here, equal to my model start period -1. So that will give me a date before my model start date, which will now be my what? My base period. So this, my start, now be equal to my base plus what? +1, enter. So let's now take a look at let's build a typical, let's assume we are building a typical one. So let's say model granularity, right? Granularity. I hope I got the spelling right. So I always like putting my units, follow the best practice. So this, let's say quarterly, let's say a quarter interval. So quarter interval, because the investors, the financial, they really want to see how you'll be able to meet up. They want to see the cash flow, how you'll be able to meet up if you are being asked to pay quarterly, right, or semi-annual. So let's say this 3, right? Yeah, 3. So I'll come here. Let me update my dates equal to e date. So my start date, comma, then my month, which is 3 months. Keep that constant. Close my bracket, -1. That will give me my end date. Is that correct? Okay, yes. So let me format it so that, so Ctrl+Shift+3, so that I have it like this. So 1st of March, right? Let me calculate. So I also need days. So, okay, let's take it one after the other. So let me copy this. So our model will be for 5 years, right? So 5 times 3. So I guess we need 15, right? So I'll call this period count. Period count. Period. So timing is very important when it comes to project finance. So let's see, 1, 2, 3. So let's see. Do we really need, how many do we need? 15. Okay, let's still work with this for now.